Hello, my name is Star Cortez and I work for Madera Unified School District, but I'm also a parent. The MEtoBE grade level readiness report sprouted from the idea of helping students grow. The cover of each MEtoBE report is personalized with the student's photo, their name, the school they attend, their grade level, and graduation year. It's an individualized booklet containing multiple data points that make up a student's grade level readiness score. It's important to recognize that many of our schools are already providing some of this information when meeting with students and parents, and we understand that it's challenging and time-consuming to gather and prepare all of that information without much support from the district. This is why Madera Unified invested in packaging this information into a personalized booklet for each student. The MEtoBE report has 4 sections. The first section of the report is an overview section. It features a brief visual summary of the report's content so that the reader can analyze the student's performance at a glance. There are 3 key elements in this section: the multiple measures map, the overall readiness meter, and the post-secondary tracker. The primary circular graphic in the middle of the spread is a multiple measures map. It's a circumflex chart that includes 8 slices or petals, each representing a different measure or indicator of educational success. These indicators include the state and local ELA tests, state and local math tests, grades for math and ELA, attendance, and discipline. Each slice reveals that indicator's results as a percentage. If a student is achieving the maximum number of points possible for an indicator, that slice will be fully colored at 100%. If a student is struggling in one of the indicator areas, that slice will have less color and more white space, designating a lower percentage. The multiple measures map provides a clear and concise method for visually identifying areas of strengths and areas of needs. The ideal goal is for the entire circumflex chart to be fully colored. A well-rounded and colorful multiple measures map points toward high levels of educational success and overall positive educational outcomes. To the right of the multiple measures map lies the overall readiness meter. This 5-point scale was developed by Madera Unified to communicate a clear overall score of grade level readiness. In addition to the baseline state and federal expectations, Madera Unified has implemented these much higher grade level readiness expectations at the local level. This 5-point scale system is visualized with colored badges indicating a student's place on the scale of readiness. Each segment of the report will feature a readiness badge summarizing the overall results of that segment. A student whose report shows many green and blue badges is performing primarily at or above grade level. A student whose report shows mostly yellow, orange, or red badges is performing below locally expected grade levels and is therefore currently not meeting ideal grade level readiness. In the bottom left corner is the post-secondary tracker. This tool is included to help students understand how their academic standing sets them up for different college opportunities in California's post-secondary system. All students across the district will have this information in their reports, including elementary grades. At Madera Unified, we believe all students should be presented with the opportunity to go to college, even if they ultimately decide not to attend. Academic section. This section includes state and local assessment results, grades, and reading and language assessment results. State assessments. The state test, the Smarter Balance Summative Assessment, measures student achievement in 2 subject areas: English and Language Arts, designated in green, and Math, designated in blue. How to read the charts. A white line across each column represents the student's score for both the previous testing year as well as the most recent year, highlighted in orange. For example, a white line cutting across the upper dark green section of a column indicates that the student has exceeded the standard expectations for their grade level. A white line cutting across the light gray section of a column shows that a student nearly met the standard. The values within the parentheses below each column display the distance from standard. The distance from standard is a calculation that measures how far above or below a student is from meeting the minimum score needed to achieve MET standard. Other academic assessments in the MEtoBE report, such as the NWEA and the reading assessment, utilize this distance from standard calculation. The tables to the right of the colored columns provide readers with a closer look into performance on the different domains within the test. Local assessment. The district administers the NWEA MAP Growth Assessment as their local assessment measuring progress in reading and mathematics. For each subject, a line chart illustrates how a student performed between two testing windows. The circles on either end of the colored line show the overall RIT score. It's a score between 100 and 350 that reflects a student's content knowledge, skills, and abilities. To interpret these scores, the National High Average table on the right serves as a reference tool when determining the appropriate RIT scores. The dotted orange lines serves as a visual marker so that the reader can quickly see how far above or below the student is from the National High Average. The gap between the colored line and dotted orange line is the distance from standard. With this visual, teachers and parents can rapidly summarize their students' standing in relation to the rest of the country. Grades. The line chart on the left illustrates students' grades for each subject across several reporting periods. Each colored line represents a course subject and will show peaks and valleys as grades fluctuate up or down. This visualization enables teachers, parents, and students to view overall class performance over time with ease. Reading assessment. The following section features a column chart for the reading assessment. The orange box score and shaded area on the chart indicate the student's target range. If the green columns reach up to or beyond the shaded area, this means that the student is meeting or exceeding grade level expectations. LPAC assessment. The final chart in the academic section holds the results for the language assessment. This language assessment is called the English Language Proficiency Assessment for California, or LPAC, and is administered annually to English learners. Similar to the Smarter Balance results, a white line across each column represents the student's level for both the previous testing year as well as the most recent year, highlighted in orange. A white line across the upper dark green section of the column indicates a student is scoring on the well-developed range of the test. A white line cutting across the light gray section of the column shows a student is scoring in the somewhat developed range of the test. The tables beneath the colored columns provide readers with a deep dive into specific performance of each skill area within the test. Although these tests provide us a wealth of data and quantitative information, it is important to note that standardized tests do not provide a complete picture of a child's intellectual ability. When analyzing a student's educational outcomes, it's essential to look beyond the mere numbers and consider all factors that contribute to their education. We view standardized testing data not only as a means to assess student performance, but also a means to reflect on our own curriculum and teaching methods. When we look at assessment data, we can compare our students' results to that of their peers at other schools. This process can help us determine what we're doing well within our educational organization and where we need to invest more time and resources. Engagement section. This section includes student information on attendance and discipline. For students to perform well in class and on exams, they must be present to learn and free of distractions. Attendance. Regular school attendance is one of the most powerful ways parents can help prepare their child for success. A high number of absences can put a student at risk academically. For these reasons, we have included attendance as a measure of educational success. The attendance rate is calculated by taking the number of days present and dividing it by the number of days the student has been enrolled. Discipline. Discipline makes up the other half of the engagement section. Because repeated disciplinary issues can cause significant distractions from learning, we consider performance in this area as a valuable measure for educational success. The disciplinary score is calculated by taking the number of referral-free days enrolled and dividing it by the total number of days the student was enrolled. Expectations section. This section includes 3 helpful tools for parents. The sample ELA and math questions are provided by the Smarter Balance Consortium, and students will likely encounter similar types of questions when they take the test toward the end of the year. Parent resources. Questions to ask during the parent conference. The following questions were provided by the California Department of Education to empower parents to ask questions pertaining to their child's education. When parents and teachers work together as a team, children do better in school. The parent-teacher conference is the ideal time to get the partnership started. Parent conferences should be a two-way conversation. Madera Unified offers the following resources to help students and parents. Madera Unified created the MEtoBE report with the district's 3 goals in mind. These 3 goals are to create clarity and consistency in everything we do, changing people's perceptions and mindsets, and continuously striving for excellence in everything we do. With these 3 bedrock goals, we believe we can set the standard for hard work, creativity, and resiliency with the fearless drive to continuously improve.